Good day, gamers. This is Trist, playing Shroud the Avatar, spiritual successor to Ultima Online. And before I get started, just a friendly reminder, don't forget to click that little subscribe button and comment in the comments section. If you like what you see, give me a thumbs up. If not, give me a thumbs down. I appreciate all your support and feedback. So, I am going to talk a little bit about the last performance boost that they did in this last release. It was a big one, and they were quite proud of it. And so we're going to see just how much of improvement I got out of it. So, precursor to that, about a week before the release, I had just finished building a new PC of mine, and a much higher end PC, I might add. And I'm going to show it to you real quick. So give me just a moment here. Turn that on, turn that off. So this is actually one shot of my PC from the side. And this is another shot from the angle. And then this is the shot from the inside. So don't mind the photos, they're not the greatest quality, but there they are. And this is a complete parts list that I bought, and there's the total cost there, 1906. So I didn't want to break 2,000, and I managed to pull it off. So as you can see, we got some high-end parts there. The i7 7700 is a pretty high-end CPU there, and of course I have the water cooled that, and the GPU is only a 1070, but I got that water cooled as well. And the motherboard is fairly high-end, kind of up there. So I didn't skimp on a lot of these things. And like I said, I had this completed about a week before the release. So I had about a week to. There we go. Sorry about that. So I had about a week to play around with this game with the new PC before the release. So I had some numbers, and I'm going to say right now I'm in the Siege, and if you look at my numbers up there, I'm maintaining pretty consistent right now, 60, 58, 59, 60 FPS. And just another little tidbit of information here, I'm actually got the graphics on full, and I'm just a smidge under 1440 is my resolution. So that's kind of, right now as is, after the release, I have my graphics on full. Doing roughly 1440, and so in this Siege here, I'm maintaining a pretty consistent 60. It bounces around a bit. My graphics card is pretty much maxing out its usage right now, but as you can see, because it's liquid cooled, the temperature is just fine. CPU's no problems there. Obviously, this game seems to lean more towards the graphics side than the CPU side. And before this release, I've been doing a lot of sieges, right? And in a siege, I think my frame rate was about 40-ish. And another thing to note, my graphics card, I have it on liquid now, but before the release, I actually hadn't gotten that final piece of the puzzle to get it on liquid, so it was running strictly off of air. And running in 1440, my temperatures were somewhere in the 70s. And then once I got it on liquid, they've dropped down to where they're at now, which, just a side note, love the liquid cooling. Awesome. Completely awesome. Anywho, back on track. So, before the release, I was maintaining about 40-ish frame rate in this Siege here. And with my CPU being about where it is as far as usage goes. And now, as you can see, after the release, and right now it's in the 50s, but certain times, a lot of times it hits up in the 60s there. So definitely a noticeable improvement there, and so that's great. We love that. And let's go out of the Siege here, because there's two other areas in this game that I like to test my graphics on. And I actually, like I said, had some time in before the release with the new PC to see how it ran, and can compare it to how it runs now. And another thing to note, before the release, I had actually had my graphics setting dialed down to about good. I mean, I wasn't able to run fantastic, even with this much higher end PC. I could, but I didn't like the performance, honestly. So I dialed graphics down, and frame rate kind of sucked in a lot of areas, so I dialed it down to good. since the release, I've actually been able to bump it all the way up to Fantastic, and I'm getting great numbers. So obviously on the world map, 60 FPS there. So let's go into Central Britany. This is another place I like to test my numbers around a lot. This is a little stretch that I'm going to run through. It's always been a drag on in my previous PC. It was a drag on that, and I felt that it was it was a kind of a drag on this newer one. But we'll see how much of an improvement it's been. And another thing to note, before the patch, I think running through this little stretch, I was getting about 13 to 14 FPS. So we'll see what we get when I go through this time. So also remember, before the patch, I was running on the quality of good setting, and now I have it on Fantastic. So that's another thing to note. So right now we're at 22, 25. Get out of my way there, lady. 22, and it actually feels pretty good here. 21, 19. So we're in the teens there, but that's fine. Back up in the lower 20s. So already we're seeing an improvement. It went from like 13 or 14, 15 FPS with the quality of good before. Now that I have it on Fantastic, we're looking at the low 20s, sometimes in the teens. And let's go up a little bit more. So definitely notice an improvement here. Mind you, I am in 1440p is what I'm running in. So, you know, not no 4K. I'm sure that my results would be different if I was trying to push 4K. I don't even know if this 1070 could push 4K, but it might be able to. Probably could, but and this little stretch here definitely feels better, and definitely in the 30s right there. So hitting 30s, so that's fantastic. And obviously my graphics card usage is dropped down. I noticed those sieges really put it up, really stress the card out. Those sieges do. I'm in the 50s, 60s, 70s right now. And this little stretch coming down here always got me. I always felt the lag and everything coming down this little stretch as things would load around me. But we're, like I said, FPS is about in the, well, there hit the teens there, but back up into the 20s. So 28, 30, 31. So definitely an improvement. I am quite pleased with that. So another place. So that's Central Britany, and we're down in the bank area. So we're going to exit back to the world map, and as we leave, they also talked about increasing the load times. And I want to say my load time before was somewhere around 20-ish seconds, 25-ish, somewhere around there. Let's see how long it takes me when I double click and get out onto the world map. So here we go. Novia and 1001. 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006, 1007, 1008, 1009, 1010, 1011, 1012, 1013, 1014, 1015, 1016, 1017, 1018, 1019, 1020. 1021, 1022-ish. So we're about 22 seconds load time there. I don't know if that feels like it's gone up. It might be rough. It might have went up a little bit, but I don't know. It doesn't really feel like it was a huge jump. So anyways, let's go on to the next spot. And we're actually going to be Zenos. We're going to Zenos. Zenos is another town that is really deco intensive, and so it's always been one of those cities that bogged me down on my previous PC, and I definitely felt it on this newer one, like I said, for about that week that I was running it. And let's see if how well this thing performs after that patch. So I'm not sure if I'm going to phase out and phase back in over at Zenos. I don't have far to run. You know what? I probably won't. We'll just run there. How many minutes have I been recording? Not long at all. So that's all we're talking about. This one is performance boost. Oh, no! Don't you dare catch me, bandit. All right. Never caught us. I have the coconuts. The power of the coconuts. I'll be glad when they actually come out with some actual mounts and stuff. These coconuts are getting old. You know, clapping them together, they're definitely wearing out. I'll probably have to buy myself a new pair here pretty soon. I wonder if they don't actually wear out, but wouldn't that be funny if they did, clapping them together? Oh, that skeleton spotted me. He won't catch me, I don't think. Obviously on the world map, I definitely feel an improvement, but the world map never really felt graphics intensive to me. I don't know, we're down in the 30s, 35, 36 there. Boy, a lot of sieges going on, look at that. I've seen a few of them now. I love those sieges, all the wood and stuff that you can get from them. I love the sieges. So here we are, we're almost here. So here we are, we're outside of Zenos. And once again, let's test our load time when we go in, see what kind of a load time we get. So 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006, excuse me, 1007, 1008, 1009, 1010, 1011, 1012, 1013, 1014, 1015, 1016, 1017, 1018, 1019, yeah, about in 19, 20 seconds. Like I said, not bad. I mean, I don't know if it's an increase from before, but, you know, not horrible. So here we are, we're inside, and right now we're sitting at about 22, 23 frame rate right there. I'm using the MSI Afterburner is how I'm checking all these stats up here. You can also do /debug, and it'll pull up your frame rate up here. So, and right now my utility on my graphics card is about half, 50%, so that's not bad. And so let's go inside and see. But we're on the outskirts, so outskirts, not so much problems. It's once you start getting into the highly decoed area. Ooh, what was that? The highly decoed areas that when you start to feel it. At least I would start to feel it. And right now it feels pretty good. 22 in the 20s as far as my frame rate goes. So not bad. And scenery looks gorgeous. Look at all that stuff. I love running on Fantastic. Oh, jumped to the teens there. Yeah, definitely love it. You miss out on so much if you're not in Fantastic mode. I mean, the visuals on this game are just so amazing. And not being able to see them is just, you know, shooting yourself in the foot, feels like. So here we are, still in the 20s, 30s, or 20s, sorry. And still feels pretty good. So, swerving back and forth like the race car drivers. Oh, dropped down to 16 there, but back up again. Into the 20s. So we seem to be holding in the, well, 15, 14. So we're starting to, you see it pulling on me now. But that's fine, because honestly right here, before, as I'd come past this person's house, man, I would feel it before. Now we're in the teens, but still, even though I'm in the teens, this actually feels pretty responsive. So I'm actually not, and it is on Fantastic, so very responsive, and I definitely feel the improvements. So it's come around the corner here, and this is the crafting station. I used to really feel it as I come around the corner here. And still in the teens. That seems to be where we're at in the teens now that we're in the actual town. And it's come up in here. God, look at that visuals. Love those graphics. And we're still looking pretty good. So I'm going to say that the performance boost from my end with my PC was definitely an improvement. A very noticeable improvement. I got increased frame rate. I'm able to actually run this game in 1440 at max settings, and even when I'm in the teens as far as frame rate goes, I still feel pretty good. So all in all, I'm going to call that a win. So we're definitely moving in the right direction. With any luck, the next release they will actually give another performance boost. I don't know, we're getting pretty close to final release. And anyways, yeah, so this was Dritz. Quick little talk about the performance boost and playing Shroud of the Avatar, spiritual successor to All in One Line. So if you liked what you see, give me a thumbs up. If not, thumbs down. I greatly appreciate your support, so don't forget to click that little subscribe button. And until next time, you folks have a great day.